Murre Technologies, Total Solutions for Food Processing, is situated in the Netherlands on the North Sea coast of northwestern Europe. It's a family business, which was established in 1987 by Jan Murre, the managing director and sole shareholder.
Hello, I'm Jan Murre. We design and manufacture fishery, harvesting and processing equipment for the shellfish and crustacean industry.
The company designs, manufactures and supplies machinery for the food processing industry. The machines are designed in close cooperation with the customer and are based on his or her specific requirements. Using this unique method, our production processes are some of the most efficient and advanced in the world. Our projects are managed by a team of product specialists who have many years of experience in production processes used for crustaceans and shellfish, as well as for agricultural products. The individual machines are designed entirely to the client's specific requirements, using the most modern and state-of-the-art design programs. The production process takes place entirely in our own facility, so that efficiency and quality can be guaranteed by Murre Technologies itself. We have a very extensive stock of sheet, rod, pipe and tube material in stainless steel. We also have our own in-house specialists for motors, pumps and drive components. They work in our Drive and Flow business unit. The modern sheet processing machines and sawing machines process the sheet material into semi-finished and basic products. They do so directly on the basis of the digital files produced by our design department. In the welding department, these components are assembled into machines and appliances. Our welders have a great deal of proven knowledge and experience of working with stainless steel. After assembly, all of the weld seams on the products are subject to a chemical treatment, which has been tried and tested by Murre Technologies. The assembled product is then allowed sufficient time to passivate. This waiting time is necessary to allow the molecules in the processed material the opportunity to return to their permanent structure following the application of the chemicals. This extended treatment ensures that the welding is of optimum quality. The machines are fitted and tested by Murre Technologies' skilled employees. Once the machines have been tested, they undergo an extensive CE approval process. The CE mark states that the product complies with essential standards in terms of health, safety and the environment. Murre Technologies has developed its own system for the cultivation of mussels and the capture of mussel seed. We have named this system Easy Farm. Easy Farm has been in wide-scale use since 2002. The system provides an alternative method for harvesting mussel seed and mussels from the seabed. Easy Farm consists of a driven tube with nets attached to it, which are between 3 and 5 meters in depth, depending on the depth of the water. The mesh width of the nets is adjusted to suit the required harvesting process. We develop and build harvesting machines for Easy Farm in our modern machine factory. Just prior to the start of the harvesting season, they are tested extensively on the test bench at Murre Technologies. After the test, the harvesting machines can be transported easily by trucks. Arriving at the floating Easy Farm system, the system is first brought into position using a specially designed fork and with the aid of remote control. Once in position, the machine sinks over the line at the touch of a button. The machine can close and harvesting can begin. During harvesting, the machine draws the vessel forward easily at the speed set by the operator. The brush belts with brushes and scrapers have variable settings so that they can harvest at different levels, from the removal of accretation, the harvesting of mussel seed, or of fully mature mussels. If the grower only wishes to harvest the top layer, for example, the seed on the core can be given the chance for further growth. Murre Technologies has designed as well the floating machine, which is very useful for smaller ships. The entire process takes place under the very best conditions. That is to say, underwater, the place where the mussel or seed lives. During harvesting, the mussels or the seed are automatically transported downwards in a vortex tank. From here, the open propeller pump rinses it in the hold of the vessel. Murre Technologies has also developed the possibility to drain the mussel seed. This option is ideal if the product is to be transported by road. The drained mussels can then be distributed over the hold with the unique telescopic distribution chute from Murre Technologies, or be rinsed with a reduced quantity of water in big bags. The recovery of the machine occurs in the same straightforward way via remote control. Easy Farm nets and harvesting machine delivers the optimum yield using a minimum amount of labor. Dutch mussel fishermen primarily use the Easy Farm harvesting machine to harvest mussel seed. They then sow the mussel seed on the seabed over the so-called nurseries. This system has been used in the Netherlands for many years. After around 2 years, the mussels can be harvested for further processing and ultimately for consumption. These mussels are then fished using mussel dredges. This method has a high capacity, up to 30 tons hourly. The freshly caught mussels can already be pre-processed on board with high capacity to remove as much tear, such as stone, as possible. In this way, we prevent to transport and bring ashore unnecessarily tear. This pre-processing is done by a so-called flushing system. These flushing systems are designed by us and are well known for their efficiency and user-friendliness. Additionally to the flushing system, a destoner can be put in operation. With the aid of the upward pressure of the water, this destoner effortlessly removes all stones which are heavier than the mussels. The clean products can be distributed in the ship's hold or in a container to bring ashore for further processing. To achieve an optimal loading of the ship, there is a diversity of systems. Murre advises the use of distribution systems with water, for example the so-called flume system in a tube, or by means of a telescopic distribution chute. Depending on which distribution system is in operation, the mussels are kept in containers or just loose in the hold. When arriving at the processing facility, the containers with mussels are brought ashore. Murre has developed a special product-friendly system to move the mussels from the hold into a tub or a container. The production process in the factory begins with dilution containers or tubs. The first buffer tanks are set up via a tipping system. The buffer tanks are constantly fed with new supply so that the production line can operate continuously. The first operation in the process is declumping. This is the debunching or separation of the mussels from each other. Murre Technologies supplies a range of declumpers, both vertical and horizontal. The next step in the process is the washer, which washes the mussels and grades out those which are undersized. A brush can be mounted in the drum for an even more efficient way of cleaning. The washing water is filtered using advanced filtration techniques. All of the tar, which is released during the washing and filtration of the water, is returned to the place of origin. This is done in an environmentally friendly way. Washing may also take place via the water declumper, which is specially designed for suspension cultivation, which cuts through the bises threads instead of pulling them off. This is the optimum way of processing the suspension cultivated mussel. The shell catcher from Murre Technologies removes empty shells in an efficient manner. Everything which is lighter in weight than the mussel is removed by this process. After washing, the well destoner from Murre Technologies can be deployed. With the aid of the upward pressure of the water, this destoner effortlessly removes all of the stones, which are heavier than the mussels. Once the mussels are destoned, the debicing machines can do their work. Murre Technologies debicing machines are very advanced, with the motors positioned high up, so they do not suffer from the damp environment. The rake system can be easily lit, so that the machine is freely accessible for maintenance. If several debicing machines are required to debice the quantity of mussels, Murre Technologies supplies great distribution systems. These faultlessly distribute the mussels to the various debicing machines via rotors. The mussels are inspected fully automatically by using an optical sorting machine. The well-distributed mussels are inspected by cameras one by one. The good product finds its way directly to the final inspection. Tear and mussels with barnacles and other deficiencies are separated effectively from the good product and go for further treatment to the barnacle remover. Production buffer tanks ensure that the manual inspection belts are continuously fed with mussels. The final inspection is carried out manually with only a few people. The sorted out mussels with deficiencies pass through a special machine which removes the barnacles. These are hard calcium deposits on the mussel shells. The most modern sorting machine from Murre Technologies can grade the mussels into 8 different sizes. This means the product can be supplied in the optimum size. Once the mussels have been graded, Murre Technologies has a number of programs for cooling in water to 3 degrees centigrade. A conveyor belt system above which several graders can be installed. A shorter route with a hydro cooling tank. Both of these options offer the possibility of buffering and the collection of the mussels in water without causing any damage to the mussels, or an extended program for the distribution and transport to the packing lines. The cooling water is constantly cleaned by a skimmer. We offer very economical solutions for the weighing and packing of fresh mussels into jute bags or net bags of up to 44 per minute per machine. For this purpose, we supply fully automatically weighing and packing machines made by Luciano Cocci from Italy. In addition to freshly packed, Murre Technologies also supplies a production line for cooking shellfish. With our pressure cooker, we can cook large quantities of mussels under steam whilst retaining their weight in meat. We can also separate meat from shells and debice the mussel meat. We supply machines which have been specially developed for this purpose by Trio machines in the Galicia region of Spain. To summarize, Murre Technologies has an extensive program for the cultivation and processing of mussels. Whatever you need, we can supply it. Murre Technologies is also renowned for the processing of lobsters, langoustines, clams, cockles, oysters, periwinkles and whelks, scallops and razor clams. Because crustaceans and shellfish processing is our specialty.